Have you ever wondered what people fear the most? It's not death, it's not pain, it's not even failure. The truth is, the thing people fear more than anything is being worthless. We live in a world where your value seems tied to your achievements, your appearance, your social status, your bank account, your job title. And deep down, we've been taught that without these things, we are nothing. That silent, hidden fear, I'm not enough, drives people to overwork, overthink, overspend, and even overcompensate. People hustle not just for success, but to be seen, to matter, to be someone. And when they're alone, when it's quiet, that fear whispers, what if I'm just nobody? This fear of being insignificant is why people stay in bad relationships. They'd rather feel wanted than be alone. They chase followers online, chasing validation like a drug. This fear is why someone can seem happy on the outside, but be falling apart inside. They post smiles, but question their worth daily. People will go broke buying things they don't need, just to look successful, because deep down, they fear being seen as a failure. Why does this fear exist? Because from childhood we were measured, graded, compared, told that being average isn't enough. And slowly we began to believe that being ourselves isn't enough either. Think about it. Why do people work jobs they hate for years? Because the title gives them identity. Without it, they feel lost. Why do people get addicted to likes and views? Because it's a number that says, you matter. But what if no one sees you? What if no one praises you? What if no one claps? Do you still believe you're valuable? That's the fear. That without all of it, you disappear. The fear of being unseen, unnoticed, unimportant. That's what people really fear. Not the end of life, but living a life that doesn't matter. And the irony is, this fear keeps people from truly living. They play safe, they follow the crowd, they seek approval rather than purpose. And the irony is, this fear keeps people from truly living. They play safe, they follow the crowd, they seek approval rather than purpose. They silence their own voice just to be liked. They let fear shape their entire life path. People are terrified to fail, but more terrified that their failure will define them, so they never try. And that fear of insignificance becomes their reality. But here's the twist. The only way to overcome this fear is to face it. To realize that your worth was never in the title, the money, the body, or the fame. Your value is in being human, in being you. You don't need to prove your worth, you just need to stop running from it. The world told you that you have to be something to matter, but that's the lie. The real truth is, you already matter. You don't need permission, you don't need applause, you just need to believe it. This fear affects everyone. It's the reason for depression, anxiety, burnout, it's the root of comparison and self-doubt. We've created a society that worships perfection and punishes realness. That's why so many wear masks, pretending to be okay, pretending to be someone else. But behind every smile, behind every post, there's a person wondering, am I enough? The answer is yes, but not because of your resume, not because of your followers, not because of your body or your grades or your paycheck. You're enough because you exist. You're enough even when you feel broken, even when you fail, even when you're unseen. Because value doesn't disappear just because someone else doesn't see it. Worth is not a reward, it's a birthright. But this fear, it feeds on silence. It grows when you don't talk about it. It controls you when you pretend it's not there. So talk about it, own it, shine light on it. Because when you stop hiding from it, it stops having power over you. That's when you start living, not for attention, not for applause, but for truth. You begin to live for real connection, for meaning, for purpose, for peace. You begin to define yourself from the inside out. And you realize, being you was never the problem. Believing you weren't, was. The fear of being worthless is the quiet war inside us all. But the cure is self-acceptance, and it's louder than fear. So ask yourself, who would you be without fear? What would you do if you weren't afraid of being judged? How would you live if you knew you were already enough? That's the life waiting for you, right behind the fear. Want to know amazing facts? Subscribe for more.